Where'd you get that hat, by the way?
I got this hat for $10 at a secondhand store in Long Beach.
That's a cool hat.
Yeah.
It looks well worn, well worked in.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
You know, it fit perfectly. I couldn't believe it was there. I couldn't believe it was $10.
Take advantage of the good deal.
Yeah, I'm a value shopper now.
Exactly. You guys are having a ton of success over in Europe and in England.
Yeah.
Been over there a couple times, sold out every time around. And you're doing real well in Canada, of course, because we seem to have the same ears a European does for your stuff.
Thanks to the fine folks like you. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. I'll say this proudly. We're the first station in the country to pick up your record. Yeah. And we've always been rooting for you here, so it's real nice to have you back in town and back visiting.
Definitely a huge debt of gratitude for you guys pushing us so long.
Keep on making it. You guys are a little bit unique in that, well, you're a lot unique in a lot of different ways, but your way of recording just seems so different than the way anybody else does it. And I'm curious about it. You say proudly that you've gone into the studio the last 2 times and given yourself 20 days and written and recorded an album. That's just unheard of anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the way people record these days, it pretty much is. Nobody wants to record live anymore. Everybody wants to track separately and drum doctor and auto-tune.
And second guess themselves over and over.
Yeah.
You know, we've both been part of those kinds of experiences with making records where, you know, the suits from the label will want to come in, they'll want to hear first drafts, and, you know, and everybody's got an opinion, and, you know, everybody wants to get their hands on what you're doing, and it's a whole load of junk.
So how do you command that kind of control over your stuff, being as new as you are, relatively speaking?
Well, I think it starts out by signing to an extreme death metal label. They don't, excuse me, they don't really have any extreme reference for what we're doing, and we came in kind of strong. You know, they seeked us out. We didn't look for them. They found us. So, being as that is, we kind of did things the way we did them. We already had a record on the table, another one ready that we were just finishing, and they knew how we did things. They knew how we wanted to do it, so we just made sure it was like that from the start.
Yeah, happily, they were very interested in maintaining the integrity that we were trying to maintain ourselves. So they were really supportive of it, and like Scott said, they came to us. So I think that it actually was easier in terms of leverage as well. Like, this is what we're looking for.
Well, it's a formula that works, obviously, right? So,
yeah.
do you ever, at the end of the record's out, it's released, and you're playing it, you're touring and stuff, and go, gee, I wish I'd done this different or that different?
Oh, I think every artist does that.
Man.
Yeah, I think everybody. I mean, we're working so quickly. Even if you spend, I think it probably happens even more when people spend, you know, a year making a record. They're just full of regret and I should have gone right instead of left. We surely have little moments where we think we could have done something differently, or you know, we don't really ponder it too
As a
much.
result, we don't really listen to our own records. I mean, you know, that whole ethic, it doesn't, you know, for us making records, but, you know, everybody in this room, you'll have nights where you'll close your eyes, laying down in bed, and you go, man, I really screwed up this one thing today. You know? So, you know, it's that same thing, you can't be too hard on yourself.
Is that part of the recording process though, where you might leave a mistake here and there in when you record? Because it does not make it a little bit more genuine?
Yeah,
A little
I
more
think it
real?
makes it
we're very
more
much
human.
into like first
Yeah.
and second
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah.
You know, and if there's burps and farts in there or whatever, just you gotta let it ride. You gotta be forgiving of yourself and of each other.
But that's the thing, like being human beings, we don't speak in perfect cadence. It's not perfection. It's human. It's a quality, you know. And now you're hearing a lot of music on the radio, even rock and roll, like pop music and rock and roll music. It's too perfect, and it loses its human quality. And we start to, it just feels cold. It feels cold, like there's not a human being in there. So I think we're definitely raging against that whole idea and just trying to make music that feels like real people.
I like it. I think that comes out. That's evident in what comes out. Let's do some music. Y'all all set to sing? Let's do one.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do. I don't know.
Are we gonna do a duet? We're gonna
You're singing,
No,
you're
I'm
singing,
not
right?
doing it. You're doing it. Do the #1 record in the country just now.